A friend of mine from upstate New York had asked me how to use a 4-jaw chuck to do machining work that is not on center. So I thought I'd create this video and share it with everybody. What I have here is a square block, and I've on purposely center drilled in a drill press a hole that is approximately 1 inch off the edge of that part in 2 directions. And you can see it's quite a bit larger than that, the overall part. So what I want to do is I want to set 2 of these jaws up so they are approximately 1 inch from the center. And I have put a revolving center or a point in the tailstock. And I'm just going to hold the rule against the edge of the one jaw, and I'm going to turn it until 1 inch off of center. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the jaw that is next to it, or 90 degrees to it. Okay, now we'll get that out of the way. These next 2 jaws, what I'm going to do is wind them right out, and I'm going to put them in backwards for a couple of reasons. One, because the chuck is actually fairly small, so I would have to wind it out a long way. But even more important than that, now I can sit the back of the part I'm going to put in here against this solid surface, so I can get it in fairly square. And I'm going to do the exact same thing to the jaw next to that. We'll get that out and turn it around. These jaws are reversible, and most of the 4-jaw chucks I've had experience with are like this. So what I'll do is I will set that center drilled mark down in the corner I need, and then I'm going to bring these 2 jaws up against it. Now the purists that are watching this will be saying that I should have a piece of soft material beside these jaws, like shim stock or something like that, and they'd be absolutely correct. The point of this is just to show you how to bring it into center. So I'm going to take a dead blow hammer, and I'm just going to tap the part against the back and tighten the jaws. So I just want to tighten all 4. And I'm going to turn the lathe on, so hopefully this will run out of center and you can see what's going on. Now that all 4 are tight, tap it against the back again. Now I'm going to turn this on, and hopefully you can see that it's running out. What I've done is I have grabbed a piece of shafting, and I have turned a point on one end of it. In this case, it's a 60-degree included point, and I just turned it with the compound rest on the lathe. In the other end, I've put a center drill hole in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into that center drilled hole I made in the part. Again, it could have been a center punch mark, but I think the center drill hole is a little better. And hopefully you can see now that that shaft is wobbling. I'm actually going to make it wobble just a bit more so we can see what's going on a little better. So I think you can see now that it is quite exaggerated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dial indicator and I'm going to set it up against the side of that shaft. And all I want to do is I want to manipulate the jaws until the shaft doesn't wobble anymore. And I've shown in a previous video how to dial a 4-jaw chuck, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. But as you can see, it is wobbling quite a bit. If I pull the plunger towards me, I can see it's going clockwise. So what that tells me is the shaft is sitting closer to me, and there it's further away. Closer to me, further away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the jaw that is further away, and I'm going to tighten the jaw that is closer to me. Okay, loosen. Tighten, loosen, tighten. Again, if you need to see this a little better, please look at the other video I have online. Here's a trick I use. As I get close, I'm just going to tighten out the high spot. That's looking pretty good there. So I'm just going to make sure all 4 jaws are tight. And I'm going to just tap it again, make sure it's sitting against the back of the 4-jaw chuck, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to remove the revolving center and the shaft I made. I'm going to turn it on now and see how it looks. And as you can see, the center of that hole I drilled is now running true in the lathe. Now I can do what I need to do. I can drill. If I drill through the part, I want to be really careful of the jaws in the back. One thing I need to be cognizant of is that because this part is now off center, I may need to run it at a slower RPM so the lathe doesn't vibrate a lot, or I may need to add counterweights opposite the direction that the bulk of this material is hanging off of. Thanks for the suggestion, Mike, and I hope this helps. Take care.